So just a little quick backstory about Barley and what I'm actually doing with him is he is in for being aggressive to other dogs, and he's not necessarily reactive in the sense that he's going to bark at them from a distance. It's when they come in and they close into his personal space that he tends to lash out and become aggressive. The reason why this behavior is happening is because he was once the dog that ran over to everybody's dog, or maybe not everybody's dog, but he ran over to the wrong dog basically when he was a puppy and he got nailed. So it's just another really important reason why you shouldn't just let your dog run over to other dogs. A lot of the time you might get lucky and your dog might come out unscathed and they might not be affected long term by it. But sometimes, depending on the temperament of your dog and just their overall personality, they could really be affected by it, and then just everything can become much more difficult, as it has for Barley and his owners. And now he's being defensive and aggressive and just consistently getting himself into fights. So it just became a bit of a circle, and now he finds it very difficult to have dogs in his personal space, all from that one thing. So obviously it's something that sometimes is inevitable and you can't avoid it. Sometimes you might just get unlucky that your dog is going to be a little bit more sensitive and they might not recover from those things well. I think a lot of the time people just stand around and there's this, hey, come on, get your dog, and my dog's this and your dog's that, and you just grab the dogs. If they're not sort of in a proper fight, just get the leads on the dogs and get away as quick as possible. And then following that, the best course of action is actually to get your dog out more. And I think that's the opposite to what people do, is as soon as their dog gets attacked by another dog or vice versa, they're then immediately just avoiding that situation, and that never helps. I can totally appreciate that a lot of you don't have access to well-balanced dogs, but that's where it's really important that you go out and you find a trainer like myself who has got some good dogs that you can then just bring your dog around and they can sort of learn to be with dogs again. And if you're not able to do that, the best course of action is just to focus on your relationship with them. Let them understand that you are number one, you are the most fun thing in the whole world. You've got the food, you've got the toys, you've got the love, and that's the best way to raise your dog. And then the whole dog thing can happen organically over time when you find the right dogs. Really important that you don't mix your dog with shitty dogs. Anyway, Barley's being really patient. He's standing there waiting for me. Go on, break. Okay, so we've just walked around this park that I thought there was going to be some people. There's like a forest bit and there's an open field, like a playing field bit. And I did think that we were going to see someone, but it is freezing, hence the Eskimo hat. And it's raining a little bit today. So I guess everybody's just avoiding walking their dogs, which is probably an issue that we should talk about another time. You just got to get the Eskimo hat and the waterproof jacket and just take your dog for a walk, man. So it's not that bad. Yeah, and I'm just going to go to the van and I'm going to get Bear Magic and let them all run around the forest together, and I'll just use it as a bit of an opportunity to work on his e-collar work. He's on a 7. That might be backwards, but yeah, he's on a 7 out of 127. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's probably going to fluctuate depending on how much excitement the girls bring, but I'm going to get the girls out now and go for a little off-lead walk all together. That was nice. So he's kind of slowly but surely getting himself a bit involved in what they're doing, which is really cool. just putting himself closer to them is nice. It's good for his confidence to be just near them. But the girls are going to ignore him because they're exploring the forest, and he's going to see them running around, and they're very comfortable out here. You know, they're both off the lead. They're always off the lead, so they're really comfortable and they're really confident. So they're running around displaying that confidence. So that is going to be attractive to him. He's going to see them doing that, and he's going to want to get closer to them and see what they're getting up to. And the fact that they're going to ignore him because they're busy doing their own thing is really good for his confidence. So he's able to just be near them, sniff them, and just understand that every single interaction with a dog doesn't have to be this intense thing where, you know, you're, you know, having the dog jump all over you or the dog's getting up in your business. He's slowly able to learn through my dogs that actually there is such thing as just hanging out with a dog, and it doesn't have to be this one-on-one interaction that I think he's scared of.
Go Gascoigne.
Good dog. Come. Ooh, look at that, boy. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah, bud. Go on, break. I can't stress it enough how important it is to make sure that you're mixing your dogs with the right dogs. If you haven't got access to the right dogs, you shouldn't be mixing them. I guess it's very much like people in the sense that if you mix with the wrong people, it's going to shape you in a certain way. So it's the same with dogs. You really want your puppy to be raised with some really good role model dogs. And if you don't have access to those dogs, well, you are the role model. So you set the example, you set the boundaries, you put in the obedience, and you play with the dog, and you love the dog, and you explore with the dog, and you do all of this stuff with them that is ultimately going to make you the number one thing in their whole world. So then dogs don't even really matter. And then if you're lucky enough to have a friend or a family member that does get a dog that is really well balanced, or maybe it's a puppy themselves and now your dog is a well balanced dog, well then your dog can be the role model for that dog, and then you've got a relationship on your hands. So just stop trying to go out and introduce your dog to dogs that you don't know, because it's just like trying to introduce yourself to people you don't know. There's probably going to be a lot of them that you don't get along with.